Pete Alonso and the New York Mets have still not come to an agreement. It is January 15th at the time of this video. And you got to wonder why. I see a lot of fans turning on Pete Alonso, and me personally, I mean, this guy's been the face of the team for years now. He's been the guy carrying the torch. You get Francisco Lindor, now you got Juan Soto, and all of a sudden everybody forgets about the guy who was a Met when nobody really wanted to be a Met, you know? And I don't think that's right. I think Pete Alonso deserves a little bit more credit. This guy is going to end up, if they re-sign him, as the all-time home run record holder for the New York Mets, which is a prestigious title. Why ruin that? Pay the man what he's worth. You know what? People have a problem with me saying that because they'll say, oh, his stats don't worth the contract that he wants, da-da-da. But it's like, just pay the man, make him happy, man. You got Lindor, and you paid Lindor, an outsider. You got Juan Soto, and you paid him, an outsider. You're paying these outsiders to come join the team, but you have a long-term team member here who wants to get paid too, and you should pay him. You should pay him, you know. This is like being an employee with seniority. Pete Alonso has more seniority on the New York Mets than anyone else, you know, than the other guys that are getting paid. People are going to say anyone else, Brandon Nimmo. But again, that's and he got paid. Pay Pete Alonso. Make him the highest paid first baseman in baseball. Why not? A top 3? Make him happy. These are his stats right here. The 2020 year was the pandemic year. 53 home runs, 37 home runs after the pandemic, 40 home runs, 46 home runs, 34 home runs, you know. I don't like to see that drop off. I like to see the numbers keep going up. He had a drop off here in a contract here, which isn't great, but you know what? 34 home runs is nothing to sneeze at, and neither is 88 RBIs, and he has been healthy. This is a guy who can play. This is a guy who's going to be out there 162 games for you, you know, and he could produce 131 RBIs one year, 118 RBIs, 120, 88 RBIs. Not bad. 94, you know what I'm saying? This guy produces, you know, he's an extra base hitter over here. He's, you know, I'm not mad at Pete Alonso here, guys. Here's some more stats just to add some contact, you know. I mean, do I like 217 as a batting average? No, I don't. Do I like 240? Not really, but that's what it is these days. You know what I mean? That's what it is. A lot of these guys are big swingers, and they look to drive the ball. And if they don't and they strike out, whatever, you know, analytics, it sorts itself out, you know. That's what it is. I think with Mark Vientos, with Francisco Alvarez, 2 young players that are on the come up that have shown that they can hit the ball. Francisco, too, he has his slumps, don't get me wrong, but he's shown that if he could get past that, he could definitely be a good hitter in the league. And then you got, I mean, the lineup would just be fantastic, and I feel like with the addition of Juan Soto, with the emergence of Mark Vientos in the lineup, you're going to get more out of Pete Alonso. You're not going to want to pitch around the guy as much. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to pitch to him if you want to get to Juan Soto. Like, it depends. Like, who's the easy out? There are no easy outs on this lineup if you put Pete Alonso in there, because Pete Alonso on any given swing can take you past the fences. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big home run threat that you're just letting walk away for what? For what? I mean, it's not my money, right? I'm not Steve Cohen, so the for what would be several hundreds of millions of dollars. But you just opened up the checkbook for this guy, an outsider in Juan Soto. You can't do it for a long-term guy in Pete, unless Pete's being unreasonable, unless, you know, this agent of his, I think, what's the name, Scott Boras or something, unless this guy's really talking crazy, which I don't know. I haven't seen any facts on that. I've seen people speculate on it, but I haven't seen any facts being put out about that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you sign him, make him happy, and you win some championships. I will say a few things he needs to improve on is the batting average. You know, I would like to see that come up a bit. And if he's going to be that guy, if he's going to be the big swing and a miss kind of guy, hey, when I do hit the ball, it's out of the park. Okay, fine, but you got to do it more. You can't go down again. You went from 40-something to 36. Yeah, you went from 46 to 34. Not great, you know what I mean? I want to see improvement like we have been, 53 pandemic year, then 37, 40, 46, up, 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 and then down. We can't have that. We got to have another up, or at least stay in this range. Once you hit the 40s, I expect to see a 4 going down the line for the next like 6 years, And that's another thing. The next 6 years, a lot of people are saying Pete Alonso is going to end up being like a DH because he keeps putting on weight, and I kind of agree with them. I think Pete is, he fluctuates, but I would like to see Pete trim it up a bit, especially if he's asking for as much money as he is. It's the least that he can do to put that effort in and make those changes in his life that he needs to do. Overall, big picture point, let's go Mets. And I want to see Pete Alonso in a Mets uniform, and I would like to see him retire as a Met, Hall of Fame as a Met, and all-time Mets home run hitter. Maybe ends up with like 500 and something home runs. That'd be fantastic. Wouldn't that be cool to have, guys, as a Met fan? Wouldn't that be nice to have a player to hit that mark? I think so. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, whether you agree, disagree. It does not matter. Just join the discussion, follow for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you. You are all appreciated.